Hey guys, NoFearFrogadier here, and I'm back with another episode of Team Breakdown. This episode of Team Breakdown is dedicated to my 4-year-old sister, Julia. She's one of my biggest fans, and I was just talking to her the other day, and she said, "Ty, you know what? I really love watching your YouTube videos." So I was like, "Oh yeah? Well then I should make a team just for you, so you can have your favorite YouTube video. So, what Pokemon would you want on this team?" And she told me that Pikachu and Oshawott have to be on the team. Those are her 2 favorite Pokemon, of course. So I was like, alright, I'll see what I can do for you. And thank Arceus that PU became an official tier on November 3rd, because if it wasn't for that, this would have had to be an NU format. And basically, that would mean that I'd get destroyed if I wanted to have any of the Pokemon on there that she asked me to put. So, we'll start off with the gender. I was going to make it a female, but because on Pokemon Showdown, it doesn't change the sprite to the heart tail, I just kept him at a male. For the item, we gave Pikachu a light ball. Because, well, let's face it, Pikachu's the only Pokemon that can use the light ball, so might as well put it to use. So what a light ball does is if the holder's a Pikachu, its attack and special attack are doubled. That'll be really helpful, so that way we can get some stronger moves in. For the ability, we use Static because, well, Lightning Rod is most effective in double battles, and this is going to be more of a single battle kind of team. So, Static has a 30% chance of paralyzing a Pokemon that hits you with a physical attack. So that's always nice. If somebody tries to hit me with like Earthquake or something, they might end up paralyzed. So that's always good. So for the stats, we maxed out Pikachu's speed, because we wanted him to be a fast little electric mouse. And we also maxed out his attack, which will end up being 418 instead of 209, because the light ball doubles it. So that's really helpful, honestly. So for the moves, we gave him Volt Tackle, because it's the strongest physical electric type attack, and honestly, I'm not too worried about the recoil, because, well, Pikachu's probably not going to be able to tolerate more than like 1 Earthquake. So, I don't know, whatever I can get, I'm going for. So, Volt Tackle has a 33% recoil, 10% chance to paralyze the target. All that's good, but the real reason I picked it is the power, 120. So, for the next move, I chose Iron Tail because, well, I don't know about the show these days, but when I used to watch the show all the time, Pikachu was always using Iron Tail. So I figure Julia watches Pokemon, so she might want to see a move used that he's used to using. So Iron Tail's a good attack. It'll help me take out those fairies and stuff. And yeah, it's got a power of 100. The only downside is the accuracy, but that's okay because we're probably going to stick to using Fake Out and Volt Tackle most of the time anyway. It has a 30% chance of lowering the target's defense by 1, which is good because that means that if they lower my opponent's defense, then, well, he's going to be able to deal more damage to my opponent the next time. I also gave him Quick Attack because, well, I needed a priority move because if I send out Pikachu and my opponent is left with like 3% HP or something, I'm going to want to be able to do my best to take it out quickly without taking any damage, just in case Pikachu's not faster than him. I also gave him Fake Out because since Pikachu isn't that strong, Fake Out will help me to get, I guess you could call it an extra move or a free shot, because what Fake Out does is the first time that I get sent in the battle, or the first time that Pikachu is sent into battle rather, he can use Fake Out, which has a +3 priority, I think, and it has a 100% chance of flinching. So that's really good. It'll be really helpful because I can just Fake Out first shot and then get a decent amount of damage taken off and then just come back and hit him with something stronger to have a chance at dealing more damage. So, on to Julia's all-time favorite Pokemon, Oshawott. So, I can see why she loves him. Oshawott's extremely adorable. And if you don't love Oshawott, you're missing out. So for the moves, we gave Oshawott Aqua Jet, mainly because it's a priority move, and it gives stab damage. We also gave him Scald, so that way not only are we getting stab damage, but there's a 30% chance to burn the target. And that's always helpful because not only does burn take damage away on your opponent each turn, but it also significantly lowers your opponent's attack. And that I actually didn't know until the other day. So, yeah, surprises me, just gives me another reason to use this move. Next, we gave him Air Slash, 30% chance to flinch the target, 75% power, and most of the people that are going to be a threat to Oshawott are either electric type or grass type. So if it is a grass type, I can use Air Slash on him and get a super effective attack in. So finally for Oshawott, we have the move Ice Beam. And Ice Beam has a 10% chance to freeze the target, 90 power, 100% accuracy. Overall, just seemed like a good move. It'll help me out with facing dragon types and flying types, and I think grass types, but don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure. So for the ability, we gave him Torrent, which means that when this Pokemon has 1/3 or less of its max HP, its water attacks do 1.5 damage. So that's really helpful because obviously Oshawott's not that strong, so he is probably going to be at less than 1/3 of his max HP after one hit. So if that is the case, I can just use Aqua Jet and get more damage from him that way. For his item, we gave him Eviolite because since he can still evolve and he hasn't evolved yet, Eviolite will raise its defense and special defense by 1.5. That'll be really helpful for taking on some of my opponents because, well, he's not that strong, so he would be able to get feinted a lot. Just because Oshawott's cute doesn't mean he's strong, but we all still love him. So let's just see what he looks like shiny real quick, just because he is Julia's favorite. Alright, a shiny Oshawott is light blue instead of dark blue on the body, and it looks like the shell gets lighter. Basically, it looks like somebody just kind of washed off most of his color or something, and he faded a little bit. But that's okay, Oshawott, we still love you. We're going to keep you as not shiny, though, because that's what Julia knows the best, so, I don't know. It just makes more sense to have him not be shiny. So, moving on, we have Dedenne, similar to Pikachu, still adorable, and, I don't know, I figure she'll love it, because, well, why not? So, hopefully you like the rest of this team, Julia, because the rest of the team, you did help pick out a couple of them, but I had to throw in one or two myself, and I hope you enjoy them. So, one of the two that I threw in after Julia was Dedenne. So, Dedenne, like I said, cute, resembles Pikachu, and turns out is a pretty effective player in Pokemon Showdown, especially for the PU tier. So, for stats, we maxed out his speed, because we want him to be a quick little mouse as well, and we also maxed out his special attack, so that way he can be a stronger Pokemon. Speaking of Julia, here she is. Come here, Julia, and say hi to YouTube.
Hi.
So, I'm showing them the team that you wanted me to build real quick. Do you want to help comment on it?
Yes, and I want to help with Oshawott right now.
Well, I already showed them Oshawott, and here he is again. See? Cute little Oshawott right there.
I love Oshawott.
I love Oshawott, too.
Look at his mouth.
Yeah, he's so cute. Look, when he's shiny, he has an alternate color. He can be this color, too. Do you want him to be this color, or do you want him to be regular color?
I want him to be
regular color?
Yeah, because I just love Oshawott so much.
You're so adorable.
I know.
Alright, so, I was just telling them about Dedenne, one of the ones that I picked for you. He kind of looks like Pikachu a little bit, right?
Yeah,
and he's really cute.
Much.
Do you like him? He's really cute.
Do you know who I like the best?
Who?
Oshawott.
You're silly.
That's only who I like. Oshawott and only Pikachu.
Oshawott and Pikachu?
Yeah, I only like those ones, but not the others.
Oh, yeah?
But
well, I think you'll like them a little bit, right?
Yeah. I will like that one.
Oh, Daddy's calling you. I'll see you later. Love you.
Okay, love you too.
She's so adorable. Alright, so, anyway, for the stats, we have speed maxed out, as I said, and special attack also maxed out. And that should help out because, well, he's a really strong special attacker for the PU. And he also is a really fast a really fast Pokemon in the PU. Only outsped by, I think, what Skiplume's evolved for him? Jumpluff. Sorry, I was having a brain fart. Alright, so, the only thing that'll be able to outspeed him is a Jumpluff, so that's helpful. For the ability, we gave him Cheek Pouch, which means that when he eats a berry, it restores 1/3 of its max HP after the berry's effect. So of course we also give him a Citrus Berry, which restores 1/4 of max HP at 1/2 max HP or less. So, with that being said, as soon as I get hit one time, or however many times that it takes to get to half max HP, I'll be almost back at full HP. So, for the attacks, we have Parabolic Charge, which will give me 50% of the damage dealt back for my own personal health. So that's always good. Plus it's Stab because, well, it's an electric type and so is Dedenne. We also gave him Volt Switch, so that way he can get some damage in before he decides to switch out. We gave him Signal Beam, so that way he can help take out Pokemon such as Dark types and Psychic types and, well, overall, really, because he doesn't have too diverse of a move pool. So we also gave him Super Fang, and even though it's a physical move and he's a special attacker, it's still going to be good because it will automatically take away half of the target's current HP. So that's a really beautiful thing because, well, Dedenne's not all that strong, so if I just take away half of their HP right away, it'll be even better for me. So, moving on, we have Clefairy. Julia, what do you think about Clefairy, this little pink one? Do you like him?
A little bit.
He's cute, right?
A little bit.
Oh, well, he's one of my favorites. Did you know that Clefairy was almost the mascot of Pokemon? But instead they picked Pikachu. They picked Pikachu because they thought that boys wouldn't like Clefairy very much because he's pink.
I love pink.
I love pink, too. And that's one of the reasons that I like Clefairy. I also like Clefairy because, well, he's got pretty good stats, honestly. For an under-evolved Pokemon. What's up, Julia?
These are the little pieces.
Little pea Shopkins? Are they Shopkins?
Yes, they are Shopkins.
That is so cool.
You guessed it right.
Can you be a little quieter, though, for the video? Yes. Alright, thank you. She's so adorable. So, Clefairy's stats, we maxed out HP, well, almost maxed out HP, and then we did max out special attack. So, for the attacks, we gave him Moonblast, which is 95 power, 100% accuracy, 30% chance to lower the target's special attack by 1. So that's all very helpful because, well, Clefairy's a fairy type, and that means that Clefairy is going to be able to get stab boost out of it. We gave him Moonlight because that is a healing move. We gave him Flamethrower because who's going to expect Clefairy to use Flamethrower? It's perfect.
Oh, yeah.
And we gave him Psyshock so that way Pokemon that are especially defensive will still get good damage taken off of them because Psyshock takes damage off of defense instead of special defense. So we gave Clefairy Magic Guard so that way things like Stealth Rock and Spikes and Toxic Spikes won't be able to affect it when it switches in, and it also won't be able to take any burn damage. And then for his item, we took a Roop Berry, and that means that if the holder is hit by a special move, the attacker loses 1/8 of his max HP. So I honestly didn't even know that this berry existed, but I like it a lot. It seems to be pretty cool. So I guess we'll give it a shot and see how it works out. So for the next Pokemon, we have Meganium. Julia actually picked out Meganium. Do you remember this guy, Julia?
Yes, I know that guy.
You like him?
Yes, I love him.
That's a cute one, huh?
I love that character.
That one's called Meganium. Can you say Meganium?
Meganium.
Close.
See, I know its name now.
Good job. So we gave Meganium an Assault Vest, so that way, even though he can only select damaging moves, which is all we were going to give him anyway, his special defense is times 1.5. And that's really good because, well, really one of the only things that's going to be attacking him are fire types. So that'll be helpful because, well,
hello,
it'll
Ariel.
make sure that he doesn't take as much damage. So, for his stats, we maxed out attack, and then we split the remaining points between HP and special defense. So, with that being said, he is a bulky physical sweeper, sort of, but I made it so he's my own kind of bulky physical sweeper. So for attacks, we gave him Dragon Tail, so that way if I don't like my opponent's Pokemon, I can just switch it out. We gave him Earthquake because it's a ground type move. It'll be really good against fire types, electric types, so on and so forth, and it's just a really strong attack. Iron Tail to help take out those pesky fairies, of course. And Petal Blizzard because, well, it's a really good move. It's stab, and, well, it's just a really good move overall, I guess. For the ability, we gave him Overgrow, which means when this Pokemon has 1/3 or less of its max HP, its grass attacks do 1.5 damage. So, that's really good, because Petal Blizzard's already a really strong attack, and that's the only one that he's going to be using. So, for the final Pokemon, we have Masquerain, which is a mosquito Pokemon, and the only reason that Julia wanted this guy on the team is because he was green. Do you remember this guy, Julia? You said that you liked him green?
Yes.
Yeah?
I love green.
You love green?
Yes.
I love green too.
I love green more. And can you please help me by closing it down in it?
Yeah, sure.
It's very hard to
I think it's broken.
It's not.
Here, ask Mom if she knows how to fix it. Maybe she can. Moms are good at everything.
But
So, for Masquerain's moves, we have Air Cutter, because it'll be stab, and it has a high critical hit ratio. We have Bug Buzz, also for stab, 10% chance to lower the target's special defense by 1, 100% accuracy. It's just overall a really good bug type move. We gave him Scald, so that way he has a move that has a 30% chance to burn the target. And yeah, that'll be really helpful too. We also gave him Icy Wind because, well, it has a 100% chance to lower the foe's speed by 1. And it's also a pretty good move, and it'll help take out dragons and such as well. So, for stats, we didn't max out anything, but we got the special attack pretty close. Special defense is also pretty high up there, and HP is halfway full. And the reasoning for this is because, well, honestly, he's probably not going to survive that long, but I put him on the team anyway because Julia liked him. So, yeah, that's the team for you. And we'll be right back with a battle for you guys. Alright, and we're back with that battle. So, I found this kid, the Pokeboy77, and we ended up having a really good match. Nice conversation in the sidebar. You guys can read that if you're interested. But here you go, Julia. This battle's for you. Alright, so I started with Daidani, and he sends out Armaldo. So I start with a Super Fang, because I want to get as much of his health gone as I can at first. He uses his Stealth Rock, so we can start setting up, and that's going to be crucial in the end of this battle. So I go for a Volt Switch, and I send in Pikachu. Well, sorry Pikachu, that was the worst switch that I've ever made. So Pikachu ended up fainting. He switched right into an Earthquake. So I send out Clefairy. He uses Aqua Jet so that way he can get a shot in on me. And I go for a Flamethrower, because I figure, well, he's part Bug type, that might do some damage. Well, now I know that since he's burned, I got really lucky with that. He did get burned, and since he did, I decided to use Moonlight, because I figured the burn was going to kill him anyway. So his Armaldo faints, and my Clefairy's back at full health. He sends out Rampardos, faints my Clefairy with an Iron Head. It's the thought that counts. So there you go, Julia. I'm sending in Oshawott, your little favorite right there. And I use Scald. Super effective, one-hit KO is Rampardos. Some good revenge for Clefairy. So he sends out Daidani, and I decide I'm going to protect Oshawott. I send him back into my party and replace him with Meganium. So I send out Meganium because Meganium has Earthquake. And, lucky me, I got a critical hit. So he sends out Murkrow now. And his Murkrow goes for a Brave Bird, and one hits my Meganium. But that's okay, it's not over yet. I send in Dedenne, and he goes for a Feather Dance to lower my attack. Lucky for me, Parabolic Charge is super effective against Murkrow, and it got me right back to full health. So I go and hit him with another Parabolic Charge, just because I didn't know if he was going to try and hurt me again. So, just in case, I wanted to be able to heal up from it. He uses Roost to get some of his HP back, and Roost again. So I use Volt Switch. I decide with this small amount of attack stat, there's no way I'm going to be able to do anything to him. So I send in Oshawott. He goes and paralyzes my Oshawott, but I hit him with an Ice Beam, so that's good. Lucky for me, it's super effective. He feints Oshawott with a Brave Bird, though. It's okay, Oshawott did his work, though. So now we send Dedenne back in, and he goes for another Feather Dance to lower my attack stat again. Well, Parabolic Charge feints Murkrow and gives Dedenne all of his health back. So now we have Jumpluff coming out for his side. And I decide to switch into 'Cause I'm Green. Unfortunately, I get a lot of damage taken off because of that Stealth Rock. And then he ends up feinting me with that Acrobatics. So I send Dedenne back in. Now that I got all my attack stat back from switching out, I use Parabolic Charge so I can hit him a little bit and get some of my HP back. He takes me right back down in HP though with his Acrobatics again. So I use another Parabolic Charge. Excuse me. So I go for another Parabolic Charge to finish him off. I gain some more of my HP back. And he sends out his final Pokemon, Dugong. He uses Fake Out and flinches me real quick. But that's okay, it's not over yet. He hits me with an Ice Shard, and I'm thinking that it's over. But then I remember that Cheek Pouch and Citrus Berry give me most of my health back. And then Parabolic Charge finishes that off and gives me all of my health back. So he uses Aqua Jet to try and get a little bit of hit back in there. But in all, I finish him off with a Volt Switch. All thanks to Dedenne in the end. So there you go, Julia. That's how Big Bro battles with Pokemon. And turns out that the team that I built for you was alright in the end after all. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Julia, I hope you enjoyed because you're the #1 VIP viewer for this battle. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Stay golden, Ponyta.